Hello! This video is to introduce a new series that I'm wanting to do called Women of the Faith Interviews, where I interview different women. I've got 10 questions, well 11 questions actually, that I'm going to ask each of the women and just let the Holy Spirit lead, let the Ruach HaKodesh lead. And so if you are interested, if you have a testimony you want to get out there, and you don't have a platform to do that, please email me. I'll have my email down below and we can get you on this. So I'm going to introduce it by asking myself these different questions, or answering the different questions that I have put up. So let's just get right into it. So the first question is, what is your name? My name is Katrina Akina. You probably know that if you're watching my YouTube, but yeah. 2, how old are you in the faith? I am 4 years, 4.5. I gave my life to Messiah in February 7th, 2022. So I'm in my 4th year. Praise Yah. Number 3, what is the most important thing we should know about you? I'm a daughter of the Most High God, Most High Elohim, and I'm a mom and a wife, and I just want to do my best to follow my Father in heaven and His Son and His example that He put forth towards us. Number 4, how did the Father or Messiah get a hold of you? For me, it was the Father that got a hold of me. Like Messiah, Yeshua, Jesus, he was the one doing the planting, and he kept on being like, what about me? What about me? I was off in the New Age and living a transgender life, which I've got some testimony videos. I'll put them down below that you can see a longer one. But how he got a hold of me was the final one was the prodigal son story, and showing me how much he loved me as a father. And he used different things in my life to work the ground, till the ground, to plant that seed. My dad, realizing how much my dad loved me, and he never kicked me out, never disowned me. I knew people in the LGBT that their family wanted nothing to do with them, and my family are very Christian. They're very devoted, and my dad was always very adamant that I was being lied to by the devil, and that wasn't really who I was. And I realized that was him loving me, even though it was very tough love. If you believe that your child is going down a path that leads to destruction, of course you're gonna warn them against it. And he always took care of me financially, let me live in his house past adulthood, and just did what he could to take care of me. And I realized how much he actually loved me. And then another one that tilled the ground was my husband waking me up to, the man who is now my husband, waking me up to how satanic the New Age was getting. And then also being a consistent man in my life that helped me to start to feel comfortable being myself. And so that's what worked the ground. And then once I accepted Messiah and accepted the Father for who he actually is, the very next day I was completely okay with being a woman. And I knew how important that decision of giving my life to him was. And so I was just okay, you got me. I believe you. You got my life, and I know that I'm gonna be all in, and I can never back out. So that's how he got me. Number 5, what is your favorite part about your walk with Messiah? Digging deep. I'm such a nerd, and even though I don't really like reading, ever since I gave my life to him, I've had such a zeal for reading his word, and that's pretty much the only book or thing that I read nowadays. But I love just figuring stuff out, studying things, asking him questions. I love whenever he like connects the dots by using different brothers and sisters and my husband, and I just love learning and digging deep and trying my best to understand what he expects of me and all of that, and just the beautiful poetry that the word, that the Bible is, the scripture. 6. What is the most important thing you have learned since giving your life to Messiah? To dig in, but in a different way, to, like how I said, I knew I had to be all in, to give him my all, even though it's hard sometimes and I forget and get like complacent in the mundane things, but to really put the hard work in, to the hard work of putting in the time to be with him, putting in the time to study his word, putting in the time to love people well, and sticking it out through tough situations, because count it all joy, my brothers and sisters, when you fall into many trials and temptations, because the testing of your faith will produce perseverance. James 1:2-4 or something like that. Thank you, Kina, my husband, for getting me on that verse so much. So yeah, digging in the fact that like just like digging your boots into the ground and like sticking it through this tough stuff, because that's when like the payout is so magnificent, and you see more miracles and you see what he's doing in your life and in the tough times. 7. Is there an experience or a habit that you have had since then that built your faith exponentially? Mine is an experience. So almost a year ago now, we came to do Sukkot, or Feast of Tabernacles, with a fellowship in Missouri, and we had been listening to them on YouTube, and we were like, we've got to get up there sometime. And then we were like, okay, Feast of Tabernacles is coming. This is their first Feast of Tabernacles on their own land. Like, we've got to go. And we wanted to go a little early and get there for Yom Kippur, Day of Atonement, just to see how they were. And so we got there, and leading up to this, Yah was planting some seeds for this amazing experience that would happen at this Feast of Tabernacles. So he had instantly healed me of being transgender, but it seemed like the attraction to women kind of just like held on. But eventually he told me, it is the fear that you still have. You need to give me that fear, the fear of getting close to women, because I was afraid that I would get attracted to them and mess it all up. And he was like, you just need to give me the fear. I'm like, okay, here you go. I'm gonna do my best. And then he gave me kind of a little test run with this friend that like helped me put together this music event, and he was like, okay, see, you're fine. You're gonna be all right. And then we came to Sukkot, and fresh off of that, and it was just amazing how he just kept reminding me of that, and I was able to connect like so well with the women here, some of the women that were just here for tabernacles, and then some of the women that live here, and we ended up moving here. That's why I keep saying here, because we just we love the people so much, and just clicked with them so well, and I just praise God that now I can I have sisters that I can lean on and trust, and I can trust myself to act well, and I know that that was just a lie from the enemy, that's not a part of me, that was never my original design, and that's not how I'm supposed to be. And that helped me so much, just knowing that I could go to him with those things, and he would give me an answer, and then a little test, and then the big like final fulfillment of that. And I'm sure there's going to be more in the future, but that was just so big at the Feast of Tabernacles. Number 8, what does modesty mean to you? So I'm gonna kind of take what I heard from a sister today, what she heard from another sister, is modesty and humility are very tied. For me, I'm gonna first talk about modest dress. There's multiple layers to it, but modest dress for me, it's like dressing in a way that doesn't show off your body, that is respectful of yourself, your husband, the people around you. And then for me, head covering is another form of modesty that I observe. And it's weird because like that was one of the first like convictions that Yah gave me, because he, like, whenever he revealed himself to me, he was like, I am the true God. The Bible is true. Like, Jesus is my son. That's what I knew at the time. And I was like, he never told me anything that I needed to change. He healed me in an instant and made me want to be a woman. And at that same time, made me want to dress modestly and made me want to cover my head for some reason. That was never a thing in any of the churches I went to when I was young. In fact, they kind of like were against, I don't know, like the church I grew up with, they're like kind of scoffed at women that would cover their head, it seemed like. But I just felt like I needed to cover my hair as more as a symbol that I was his, not because of anything that was said in the Bible. Like Paul is the only mention of head covering that I know of, but more of a sign that I was his, and it's, for lack of a better words, it's a good way to advertise what kind of woman you are if you dress modestly and cover your hair, or just dress modestly, that you are a woman of faith and you hold these certain values. And then aside from modest dress, I like to focus on modest actions, doing your best not to appear to be doing evil. Like, yes, we shouldn't be doing evil, but we should also not appear to be doing evil. So I won't have close relationships with men unless they're my family or my husband. I will do my best to go to my husband for advice and for, like, because I know that he sees things the way a man does. So I'm like, okay, in this situation, what would, like, how do you see this? Like, how would, and so, and I don't do the best all the time. I'm still learning. But yeah, and then also acting in humility is another way to act modest, and you can do that with everybody, and trying not to make a show of things, or giving credit where credit is due, which is to the Most High, to Yahweh, or Yahweh, or however you pronounce God's name, the Most High God's name. Okay, 9. Is there a mission or calling that Yah is giving you or has given you? First off, being a mom and being a wife, like, those are the highest callings. And I mean, it goes back to Genesis. He made the woman to be a helpmate to her husband, and that is one of my callings, is to be a helpmate to my husband. And I'm getting better at it, I hope, and trying to do it well. And then being a mother, he said, be fruitful and multiply, to the man and the woman. And so those are the highest callings, and I keep trying to remind myself of that, because I do have other callings, music, worship, now doing these interviews, and the goal of this is to create a space of unity and camaraderie and understanding, to where women don't feel so alone. Like, oh, okay, so she thinks about the same way that I do. Or, okay, we have this that's different, but we have this in common. And also to get more women's stories out there, and to give other women faith. I know that my story helps a lot of believers, not only just people. It doesn't only have the ability to reach people who are living the life that I used to live, but that has the ability to reach people who have loved ones that are in that, and give them hope that there's no one who is too far gone. So I understand the power of testimony, and I want to get other people's testimonies out there. And so yeah, again, if you'd like to be on here, or if you know someone who you feel would benefit from being on here, or the Messiah's community, Messiah's body would benefit from hearing what she has to say, to email me. All right. 10. Can you give a piece of advice for a woman who is new to the faith? Dig in. I'm probably going to title this one Dig In. Yeah. Rely on His word and His calling on your life before you rely on a human. Yes, like be under the headship that He has given you. If you have a husband, if you are going to church, have pastors, be under that headship and go to them for advice. But overall, He is your ultimate head. Like, He is your ultimate covering, and you need to go to the Most High with everything and test the spirits. So I don't remember the verse and chapter, but it says that if a spirit does not say that Yeshua, Jesus, came in the flesh, then he is not of the one true Elohim. He is not of the Most High God. So test everything and rely on Him to show you what humans you can trust, because not everybody is preaching sound doctrine, and you need to get in your scriptures, study those. Just start with the basic 66, and then after you read through that a couple times, then you can go into Enoch and all that. But just get on the basic, the milk. You gotta get the milk and get as much of it as you can before you get into the deeper things, and get a firm foundation in what He has said, what Messiah says about Himself, before you go and listen to what other people have to say about Him. And yeah, I say this from experience, because He taught me a lot in that first year, just reading through the Bible on my own, and then He led me to people who believed the same way that I do, and who now I have people that we can go to for discipleship, for to sharpening. So yes, do the hard work. Don't be afraid to do the hard work on your own. And if you're not a reader, get some audiobooks going. Like, you can do it. Just and learn how He speaks to you. Sit down, be quiet, be still, and ask Him to show you how He speaks to you, because that is very vital in this walk, is knowing what His will is for your life and how He wants you to walk that out, and relying on Him for every little bit of it. Alright, and the last one, can you leave a question for the next woman? And I have to give credit where credit is due. I got this from the Diary of a CEO podcast. So, can you leave a question for the next woman? And my question is there a big sin that you were able to forgive? And how did Yah, the Father, lead you through that? And what did that do for your mind, body, spirit, and your relationship with the Most High? So yeah. And then I don't have an extra question to answer because this is the first one. So yeah, I would be awesome, or I would be very interested to hear how you would answer this. And so we could either do it in person if you're in the like southern Missouri area, or if you're in Oklahoma, I visit Oklahoma frequently for my family, or we could do it on Zoom, or just a voice call if you don't want to be on camera, or if you don't want to do any of that, you could email me your responses to these questions, and then I can just read them on the video. But yeah, so my email will be in the bottom, and I will have my testimony videos in the bottom, in the description below this video. And yeah, I pray that this gets you thinking, and that the Father puts it on your heart to be a part of this movement. God bless you.